So in this video, we will be learning something what is known as a bubble sort. Okay. So bubble sort is a simple algorithm that we use to sort a numbers in an array. So let's say, so basically the task is to get some numbers from user, let's say 4 numbers, 5 numbers, some numbers from the user, store it into an array, then sort those numbers and give those numbers in a descending or ascending order. Okay, we will try to give a number in a ascending order. Okay, so first we will create a variable or an array to store the numbers. So let's assume that all the numbers will be, floats or real numbers. So basically we will declare an array of double. Double is called num array. Let us say maximum we can take 20 numbers, right? So first task is to get numbers and store it into an array. So for that we need a for loop. So I'll create an I, comma, count. So first we will ask user how many numbers he needs. Enter the total count of numbers to be ordered, right? So we'll scan enough, we'll get the value. It is in double, so we have to use identifier percentage LF, large float, comma, we have to use ampersand, count. Oh, sorry, it is an integer, not double, percentage D, count. So we are storing the number of how many numbers are there, right? Then we will run a for loop for I equal to 0, I less than count, I plus plus. Scanner, we'll scan each number, we take each number, the numbers which user is giving is double, so LF, comma, ampersand, num array of I. So each element we are storing. So here you have to observe one thing, that I is less than count. So the index of the array is starting from 0 and we will store up to count. So count means if the user wants to input 4 numbers, we have to store it in array of with index 0, 1, 2 and 3. So that is why it is less than, not less than or equal to. So once you get the number, what we have to do is we have to start arranging it. So the idea that we are going to follow here is something like this. Let's say user will give you 4 digits. Let's say it is 12, 17, 5, 8. So these numbers will be stored with the index of 0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay. So first what we'll do is we'll compare the first 2 digits. We'll see which digit is higher. If the first digit is higher or second digit is number higher. Now if the first digit is higher, we will swap. Otherwise we'll keep the digits like that. So first digit is lesser than the second digit. So we'll just continue. 5, 8. So what we have compared is we have compared now 0th and first elements. Okay, element with 0 and 1. So now what we'll do, we'll compare elements with index 1 and 2. So that means first and second and third numbers will come. Now we find that 17 is greater than 15. So now we have to change the position. So 12, 5, 17 and 8. So what we have compared is now 1 and, okay, is the consistent color. 1 and 2 is the index that I have compared. Now next I have to compare the last 2 numbers, right? So I am finding that 17 is greater than 8, so I want to swap. So the new arrangement will be 12, 5, 8 and 17, and the numbers that I have compared is 2 and 3. So you can see here that I am counting from, so this is increasing 1, 2, 3, this is going. One by one I am counting going through the loop. I am comparing two values. If it is to be swapped, I will swap, otherwise I'll just return it. Okay. So this is the idea that we are going to do. So we will try to do this into loop. So now you can observe that here, after the operation, the largest number has come to the last position. Always this happens. The largest number will come to the last position. So we will do this array of the loop. So for I equal to 1, I less than count. So if there are 4 digits, means I have to use 0, 1, 2, 3 as the indexes. I plus plus in a bracket. So now what I will do, I will check if num array of I, if ith element is greater than num array of I minus 1. So this is checking that I am doing. So I am checking that whether the ith element and I minus 1 element it is same. So that is why I started with 1. So if I had started with 0, means 0 minus 1 is a improper index. Okay. So element with index I and index I minus 1 I am comparing. Okay. So before that I want to create one more variable, double, I'll call it temp num. So it's a temporary number, temp num. So what I'll do is, if the second digit is greater than the first digit, I don't know how to do anything. Okay, so I have used it wrong here. If the second digit is, so I have used a negative sign now, less than sign now. So now what happens? If the second digit is lesser than the first digit. Okay, so this is the first digit, this is the second digit. If the second digit is lesser than the, so we can say this case, if the second digit is lesser than the first digit, we have to swap. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to swap the numbers. So before swapping, I will assign temp num array of I. Okay, so whatever value is there in the ith index, that I stored to temp num. Now I am going to modify the ith index. I am assigning this value as I minus 1. Okay, so value of ith index I have stored to the temporary variable. The ith index I have replaced with the I minus 1 variable, and now I minus 1 I will replace with temp num. Right. So now the ith index has gone to I minus 1 and I minus 1 has gone to I. Okay. So temporary variable is just to not to lose the value. Right. I hope this is clear to you. I'm just swapping the values. So I'll just go on doing this and we will see the result. So after one loop, what will be the result we will see. So let's say for I equal to 0, I less than count, I plus plus, printf percentage to LF. So I am rounding off num array of I. Okay, so here I am printing those values. So once I am rounding the loop I am traveling from 1 to count. So 1 means from 1 to count I am doing. Okay, now we will run this. So let's say we will, okay, there is some error. What is the error? Double spelling mistake. T-O-U-B-L-A. Okay, there is a warning sign here. So it is on the 16th line. What is the 16th line? Okay, so I forgot the ampersand sign. That is a warning. Okay. ampersand sign. So when it's a double or integer, all those things, you have to use the ampersand sign. Okay. Okay. Total number of total count of numbers. Let's say 4 numbers I have to order. What are the numbers? 12, 17, 5, and 8. Okay. I can give a space and write 17, 5, and 8. So the space, it is not clear. Okay, now you can observe that the last number has gone to the last place. Okay, so 14, 17, 5, and 8. So I did not enter 12, it's 14, 14, 17, 5, and 8. Now you can see that here largest number is 17, and 17 has gone to the last place. Right? Now what you will do, if you repeat this again, what will happen? So let's say, if I consider this as my new input, okay, now what will happen? So just write it here. So if I consider my new input as 12, 5, 8, and 17, the first two I will check. So I have to move 12, I will swap. Then I will check the next two. I will again swap. Then I will check the last two. I don't have to swap. Okay. Now you can observe that now the second number also has come to the second last place. So here first largest number was 17. After this one loop, it has come to last place. Now again I am running this, so that means the second largest number has come to the second last spot. Now if I run again, the third largest number will come, and only one number will be remaining. Okay. So basically this loop, whatever I have done, I want to put in another loop. Okay. So that I will do now. So for that I need a new variable, comma j. So let's say for j equal to, so how many times you have to run? If it is 4 elements, we have to run 3 times. Okay. So let's say j equal to 0, j less than count, j plus plus. Okay. This much I want to repeat. So I'll select the entire thing. I'll give a tab to move. So this is one loop. This is again another loop. How many times is it going? So start from 0, 1, 2, 3. The fourth time it is going. It is not necessary to run the fourth time, because fourth time the first element will be the lowest number. Okay. So we'll check that once more. So first we'll run this. J is okay. So 4 numbers. So we will use 12, 17, 5, 8. 12, 17, 5, 8. 5, 8, 12, 17. Now it is in increasing order. So that is what we want. So I told you we can actually reduce one number, because the last loop what we are doing will be useless, because in that loop the first place will be the lowest number. So I'm reducing one. Four digit. Again 12, 5, 8, 17. 12, 5, 8, 17. So see, we got the same result, right? So this is how we use a bubble sort. This is what is known as a bubble sort to sort numbers. Okay. The same thing you can use to sort alphabets also. Let's say if a word is given to you of any alphabets, you can order those alphabets using the same algorithm, right? So this algorithm can be further modified, but we will not go into that. You can also think about a lot of steps which we have already done. For example, here this step was unnecessary, 12 and 17, because always this is the largest number. We don't have to do that. So next cycle, this step is unnecessary. Okay, so those steps we can actually avoid. Think about that. I think this is more than enough as an introduction. We will see in the next video.